Hello YouTube, this is Alexis, the Transgender Duelist, and today I'm going to be bringing you a deck profile for a deck based around the Atmosphere. So the Atmosphere is a really bad monster that came out in the, I believe it came out in GX, I'm not actually 100% sure on that. Basically, you banish 2 of your monsters and 1 monster in your grave, and it gets an effect to equip an opponent's monsters to it, as well as stealing its attack and defense points, adding it to its own, and that's kind of all it does. So it's not a very good card, but with some tinkering and with a little bit of help from Snowmane of Dueling Book, I was able to make a pretty good deck based around the Atmosphere. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for it. First off, we're running 1 Mad Flame Kaiju, double Star Destroying Kaiju, 1 Thunder King Kaiju, and is that all the Kaijus? Yeah, just those 4. So the reason why we're running these 4 instead of, like, say, Gamma Seal or any of the other Kaijus is because these are the strongest Kaijus. Normally, we want to give our opponent the weak Kaijus, but in this deck, we want to give our opponent a strong Kaiju. And the reason for this is that the Atmosphere can be summoned to steal the Kaiju that our opponent gets, which will make our monster at over 4,000 attack points, which means that we can strike our opponent for about half of their life points, maybe a little bit more, depending on what's going on. So in order to complement the fact that we have such powerful kaiju monsters, we also are running 3 of every single Gradle monster. The reason why we're running 3 of each is because the Atmosphere requires a lot of resources to summon, and I'd much rather use my opponent's resources to summon these monsters instead of my own. So in order to help with that, I am running the entire Gradle package so that I can steal my opponent's monsters. And if we don't have the ability to go for the Atmosphere, we can play a really bad Gradle Kaiju deck, which has actually won me quite a few duels in testing, where I just steal my opponent's monsters instead of actually, resolving the Atmosphere. Running 1 Lava Golem. So we're running Lava Golem here to act as a pseudo Kaiju to get rid of 2 of our opponent's monsters instead of just 1. Additionally, because the Atmosphere is a special summon, if we already have the resources to summon out the Atmosphere, we could just go ahead and Lava Golem our opponent's monsters and then summon the Atmosphere, steal it, and attack for 4,000. Additionally, we can just set a Kaiju, not a Kaiju, a Gradle, and our opponent will try to run into us, and we'll steal a Lava Golem that way. The 1,000 burn damage is irrelevant because we have a 3k body, which we can just use for a Link Summon if the damage gets too high, so it's pretty good. We're running 1 Level Eater. I was originally running 2 of it. I was originally running a Level Eater and a Foolish Burial, but I found that I don't really need Level Eater to do my win conditions, and I just run it in there because it allows me to make Link Kariba, which I can use to defend my Atmosphere, which allows me to just continuously keep it on the field unless my opponent has a way to destroy with card effects, like, say, a Raigeki, a Dryden, a Dark Hole, a Slumber, or something like that. It's worked out pretty good in testing. The only real issue is that you can't really use it to use Link Kariba's effect and grade the special summon itself, which is unfortunate, but it's not really a big hindrance. We're running 1 Max C because Max C is busted, so why wouldn't you run it? Running triple Scapegoat because it generates tokens that we can use for Link summoning and to fulfill the conditions of our Atmosphere. It's also a tuner, but I decided to not really capitalize on that because I never really found a time where I needed to synchro summon. We're running triple Instant Fusion and triple Thousand Eyes Restrict. This is here for the same reason as the Gradles and the Kaijus, because we want to steal our opponent's monsters and we want to do it often. So having Thousand Eyes Restrict allows us to very easily remove our opponent's monsters, and we can use it for a, I don't care about that, get away. And we can also use the Thousand Eyes Restrict for a Link Karibo, therefore we're not locked out of our attack, or out of our battle phase, which is pretty good. Running 2 Slumbers to summon out the Kaijus that we have. To be honest, you don't really need the Slumbers, but I like to keep them in here anyway. 1 Mind Control for the same reason as the other ones, steal our opponent's monsters, and then use it for the summoning conditions of Atmosphere. triple scapegoats. This is in here for link summoning, defense, and it allows us to go ahead and summon out the atmosphere if we activate it during our opponent's end phase, which I generally will do. And if you have scapegoat, it's really, really easy to actually summon out the atmosphere, so you keep that in mind. Running double supply squad because this deck definitely needs draw power, and well, this is like the best draw power card I could think of because, well, our stuff is going to get destroyed pretty often, and we might as well make advantage off of it. We're running triple solemn strike and one solemn warning just to slow our opponent down if they start going too crazy on us. And then we're running the triple switcheroo. Because of the way that our deck functions, we can very easily match our field to our opponent's field in monsters. Like, for example, if we have a kaiju and a level eater in the grave, we just continuously eat off of the kaiju until we have the same number of monsters on the field, and then flip over switcheroo and switch our field with our opponent's field, and, well, they usually just rage quit from there. I mean, wouldn't you rage quit if your entire field got switched for a bunch of Link Rebos and a Kaiju and a Level Eater or whatever? I definitely know that I would not be very happy about that. So the extra deck isn't really too relevant. We're just running Thousand Eyes Restrict, and then everything else is just Link monsters that we can make using our opponent's monsters. So, for example, we have the one Code Talker, because Code Talker can be made with any 2 effect monsters, which means that if we steal, say, I don't know, say we steal our opponent's True Draco monster, we can just go ahead and link it with any other monster we have, and voila, we have a Code Talker, and they're not getting that monster back. It's just there because it lets us easily go through it. We're running double Decode Talker because it requires effect monsters. Firewall Dragon, same reason. Link Karibo is here to abuse Level Eater and Thousand Eyes Restrict. To be honest, I wish you could run 6 of this because the card is just that good. Running double Mrs. Radiant, yeah, it's locked into types, but I've been finding that it's not particularly an issue. It's like most of the time when I'm stealing a monster, it's actually an Earth monster, which is why it's running 2 of it. You could also drop a Mrs. Radiant for a Code Talker or another Proxy Dragon. It's up to you. Proxy Dragon's in here to affect 2 monsters, so it's better than Code Talker, but it's also worse because it points side to side instead of up and down. And then one Topologic Bomber Dragon. I've never actually done this, but if you go ahead and make this while you have a scapegoat face down, when your opponent goes to try to special summon a monster or they start wombo comboing, you activate the scapegoat, and Bomber Dragon will go ahead and nuke the field, allowing your opponent to just kind of have to end their turn because they don't have anything. The side deck is just kind of cards that were in the original deck build. We got the Volcanic Queen, which is basically just a bad kaiju. Relinquish. Don't know why Snowmane was running Dark Calling. Snowmane, if you're seeing this deck profile, could you tell me why you're running Dark Calling? Because you literally can't do anything with it. Slime Breeding Machine, I traded all of them out for Scapegoat. Parallel Twister, really bad, don't run it. Pre-Preparation of Rites, Monarch Stormfront, and Interception. To be honest, Interception is really good, but only if you're playing against True Dracos. If you're not dueling True Dracos, then it's just really a dead card that you're never going to do anything with. Like, maybe it'll take a Twin Twister, but not really going to do anything relevant, so I dropped it from the deck. Anyway, this has been my Atmosphere Control deck profile. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And this is Alexis, the Transgender Duelist, and I'm signing out.